Okay, ladies, if you ever been in a situation where you felt like a placeholder to your man, then this episode is definitely for you. Hello, this is Tim Eulica. Welcome to another episode of Love, Life, and Luggage After 50. And we have a good show for you today.
Another great episode, another great topic.
Yes.
This one has come about from some personal experiences, some posts we've seen on social media.
Yeah, we've seen some posts on social media that we've been watching, YouTube posts, TikTok posts, and this subject is out there in the ether, and we want to address it.
So it's don't be that girl.
You don't
Now
wanna
let
be
me
that
pause before the ladies get upset. Usually, I'm always pushing for you. There will be a subsequent episode as don't be that guy. But today we're focusing on the ladies.
Yes, so forgive it. When we did the research on this, I think both of us had heartburn because it was some wake up calls.
It was.
So
when we say don't be that girl, generally we're talking about what?
So basically, don't be the girl that's just pining away, waiting for a guy to bestow his good graces on you. And
can we use the word thirsty?
Don't be that thirsty chick.
Yeah.
Just don't be that girl.
And we're speaking not in judgment, but because I have experienced it. I have been facets of that girl over my lifetime.
And I've been that guy who have been kind of ghosting women and not really giving it my all.
The confessions. So
Yeah.
let's get into it.
Yeah.
We got 5 points. Number one.
Mm-hmm. Don't confuse attention with intention. And what we mean by this, ladies, is, just because he's texting you, he's liking your photos, he's spending time with you, doesn't mean he's planning a future with you.
Correct. And I think we as women, especially if we're not living the full life, meaning we don't have good friendships or we don't have hobbies of our own, we can kind of be, it can put us in a desperate place. And I'm not talking from judgment because I have experienced that. So you get so excited that a man is showing you attention or you connected with someone that every text, that every like, that every compliment, you hang on that every word and don't always read behind what that word may see. You might figure out, oh, he really didn't mean that.
Mm-hmm.
But just because he's showing you attention, it could be manipulative.
Yes.
It could be him showing up at 10 at night or...
Yes, because men, the long and short of it, ladies, is make sure he's being consistent.
Yes.
And when I mean consistent, I mean just showing up on times that speak to you and feed you, not times that's just expedient and convenient for him. After 12 midnight booty call, y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't be that person that's just waiting around, pining around, and being at his every whim. And I think the point that Eulica is saying is create a life for yourself that's outside of him, where you're not sitting around twiddling your fingers waiting for him to show up or call.
Exactly. If he doesn't call, you keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Yes.
Number two.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Don't ignore the situationship signs. And what I mean by that, there are guys, just, to get out of feeling like they're in a relationship with you, they would come up with excuses like, well, you know what? I really don't like labels. I don't want to label what we're doing right now.
So are you telling me that men over 50 are doing this stuff?
There's some men over 50 right now that's doing it and playing the game and playing it well.
And yes. Sometimes we women, and I have done this myself, where I lie to myself and say, oh, he really doesn't mean that.
Yes.
Or, at the time it'll change. And you might think that time overcomes the words that he said in the beginning, but no, he really meant it.
So these are key words to look out for. I'm not looking for anything exclusive right now.
Then you're not looking for me.
Okay. You got to understand the difference between being patient with a man and, being a sideline for a man.
And I think that we as women, especially those who ascribe to faith, we think that, I'm waiting on my time. I'm not going to rush him. I'm not going to pressure him. We're not saying hound him, but we're saying have boundaries.
Yes.
So if you haven't been in contact with me for 3 days, the fourth day, it won't be no contact.
Right, because you're not his number one option.
And I've known people in my life who personally who have extended this stuff for years. And don't let in the middle of this a baby come out of a situationship. This person has never shown pure intention, consistency, or
loyalty to you.
No loyalty.
All right, now you're bringing an innocent child into the situation, and that's 18, 21 years of misery.
Exactly.
He's shown early on that he wasn't interested in you.
And I think that the benefit of being after 50, dating after 50, being over 50, is that we have experienced some of these things and probably lived them out. So you probably have had a situationship. So now that you're free, the kids are grown, start with a new mindset. We cannot do what we did before.
Right. Yeah, that's the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over again that you've done in your 20s and expecting a different result.
Exactly.
In your 50s.
Exactly. Get a life, ladies. Please do.
Yes.
Number 3, don't make excuses for bare minimum effort. And sometimes it's because we as women, and I have experienced this, because you have been in maybe an abusive relationship or a very neglectful relationship, you see the bare minimum as really, really good.
And you make excuses for it.
Yeah. So you think, he didn't cuss me out, or he's not physically abusive, but bare minimum means no effort.
Right.
He's not seeking to learn anything about you.
He's not reaching out to you consistently. He's not investing his heart in the situation. Meanwhile, you're falling deeply in love with this guy, but he's not even putting his heart on the line. He got to have some skin in the game, ladies.
Exactly.
And if he doesn't have skin in the games, he's not valuing you. He's going to just kind of string you along.
True.
I hate to say it. I was this guy one time. He's going to string you along until the next shiny thing comes through.
Confessions of a former player.
You don't want to be that lady that's invested all of your time. And I told you guys a long time ago, time is your most valuable commodity in life. You can wake up one day and you can spend 5 years with this joker, only to realize that he done moved on and probably going to marry.
And I want to reference another video that I wanted to send you to go. We'll put it in the show notes.
Yes.
Is Are You Really Single?
Yes.
And that video is about people taking up space in your life. Mm-hmm. So you're wondering why you can't meet a great person because you got this halfway situationship, a bare minimum effort person just taking up space, and you're calling that in your mind something more than what it is.
You ain't making room for the next Mr. Right.
So remember to like and subscribe. We're getting lots of views. Our views are increasing.
We're up to 1,000.
But we need you to touch the button. Touch the button.
Yes, subscribe. So we're trying to build our channel. We want to give you great content every week.
And we want to build this community.
And it's about love. It's about family. It's about relationships, especially our people.
Exactly.
All right.
And hey, somebody you like that likes might be your future boo. You don't know. We're building a community here.
We're building a community. You never know. Somebody might be in the chat that might want to offer to take you out on a date.
So number 4.
I'm just saying.
We want people to connect. We want people to connect.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about number 4.
Let's get in it.
Don't invest more than you're receiving. And I wrote a specific note down here to ladies like me. Like I was in a marriage for multi-decades, for almost 30 years. I was a mother. So I come as a wife. I come cooking, making quiches, making good spaghetti.
She definitely wifey material.
I'm wifey material. So I have to warn you ladies, the ladies after 50, who you know how to do some stuff. You keep a beautiful house. You always smell good. Your house looks good. You always got good toilet paper. Do not give wifey or girlfriend treatment to a halfway joker. Match the energy.
Right. If he's not matching your emotional energy, physical energy, financial energy, I know it's a touchy subject. Ooh. And the exchange is not mutually beneficial for both of you. And you're constantly pouring into this guy's life, his business, possibly his family, his kids, and he's only giving you breadcrumbs in return. You're not, sis, Get out of that situation.
And I'm going to give another example of what this may look like, because people might be like, oh, no, I haven't done it. If you are overly helpful, because people who have been in relationships, who've been parents, for instance, he's looking for a job. He's like, oh, I'll do your resume. Mm-hmm. Oh, let's sign up. We got a problem? No, we don't have a problem.
You got a problem.
He has a problem.
Right.
So, you are used to being in the role of being helper. Your kids looking to you for the answers.
That's just how you build.
True.
But a man would take advantage of that.
Yeah. So I think you have to be guarded or just be slow. Match the energy.
Right. If it's not reciprocal, ladies, and you know when it's not.
Exactly.
You know when you feel like you're giving all and he's not. And you're putting forth the effort. You're making all the plans for dinner.
And even gift giving. We've had this topic come up. Yeah. So I'm just used to being very generous on birthdays or whatever.
But I tell her all the time, unless a man would take full advantage of that. And I just don't want a woman buying expensive gifts and stuff like that for me. I just don't want to set that precedent.
You don't want to make that the focus of the relationship. I get it. So I'm learning. And so I had to learn to slow down and treat this man as somebody I'm dating. So even though he's been a husband and I've been a wife, I could not show up acting like I do not wash his straws.
Yes. I mean, we still come into this relationship with our own baggage from previous relationships, our own fears, our own triggers.
Yes.
Okay.
And our own habits. A lot of that is habits.
Yes.
You're used to treating somebody a certain way, but they have not earned it. It's reciprocal.
Correct.
So match energy.
Match the energy.
And number 5.
Let's get into it.
Don't stay for potential.
Stay for the reality of the situation.
So, I'm getting into my church girls now. I know.
Preach.
Faith, mustard seed faith, you have to speak it into existence. Mm-hmm. Those scriptures are for you and your household, for people you're in covenant with.
That's right.
So, even though he might have a great job or he may have, he looks like he's a good, you cannot make actions or make choices based on potential.
Right.
You have to see. So I know you said to me earlier today that the best predictor, how do you say the best
predictor of future behavior is past behavior.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
And if this man hasn't moved the needle since you guys have been together, if you haven't gotten that job yet.
Yes.
Okay, and he's still on your couch. I'm sorry, fellas.
Exactly.
If you haven't gotten his transportation situation straight yet.
That's another video that I can link below. That's Are You Ready to Date?
Right.
Do you have these things in order?
Right.
And I would even say potential elsewhere. Sometimes we turn a blind eye, ladies. Mm-hmm. If he's saying every ex is a bitch, she's crazy. So why are you thinking that you won't be the next crazy?
You will be the next one that he calls crazy B.
So you have to see the reality. He does not have healthy relationships with his current exes or babies. It's a lot of drama. Mm-hmm. His adult children don't speak to him, or he has consistent financial or working issues, or whatever it is. Not saying people don't have issues, but we're talking about a pattern of behavior.
Right.
You got to accept that reality.
I mean, this is the situation on the ground where he is right now.
Exactly.
All right. You can't go on potential. I mean, I know with a lot of you women, you guys like projects. And you want, you like the build a bear kind of situation. Oh, I can turn them into something.
The Lord will work it out.
I can take them home and I can make them better. I can feed speak life into them.
All he needed was a really loving woman.
That's all he needs is food and someone to love him. I can turn him into Barack Obama. No, do not waste. We're over 50.
Exactly.
How much more time you got left?
Exactly. And really, when we're talking about the early stages of dating, that's when you're talking and learning about what has happened in the past. Mm-hmm. He's answering questions. He's talking about his kids, maybe some vacations he's been on. I know in art, when we don't. The only reference we had was really to talk about our past marriages. So we talked about vacations. We just in common conversations. Yeah. Oh, I've been here. Mm-hmm. Oh, I've done this. Oh, yeah, we did this with the kids. We talked about even our kids having dogs.
Yeah.
Like, that's past information that kind of lets you know the reality of what you're dealing with.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, ladies, I'm going to just talk real rough. Your coochie does not override the reality.
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
Your coochie does not override the reality of the character that he is.
He's still a clown.
Exactly.
He still doesn't have himself together. He's still sitting on your couch playing video games while you getting up every day working.
Yeah.
This is not. Sis,
that's why we got to reference that. Are you ready to date?
Yes.
And that really talks about the things that kind of need to be in order before you even enter the dating realm.
Yeah.
I feel like people are, and we mentioned this in several videos about the dating pool having pee in it. I don't believe that that's true. I believe that it's very clear what's happening many times, but we don't want to press it, ask questions, set boundaries, and we want to believe a fairy tale, ladies. Sometimes,
right?
I believe in being swept off my feet and getting flowers or whatever, but sometimes that over love bombing is covering something.
It's covering something. It's masking something.
Yeah.
So in closing, we would just say this: look at the signs. Don't be that girl. Please don't be that girl that wastes 5-10 years of your life in a dead-end relationship.
And sometimes more if you have entered into a marriage, if it ends
and then
up
there was kids and
children. And if you have been there, and kudos to you, because we all have experienced some either side of that. Right. Like, it's a time to start over.
Yeah.
So you have to have the benefit of being in those relationships is that you now have an education. So name the joker, whatever the joker. So somebody's saying they've been to Tim University. I'm not going to make that mistake again. Somebody has been to Eulica University. So whatever that joker's name is, that's your university. So you know what love bombing, what lying looks like, what inconsistency looks like.
Right.
And you understand you can govern yourself accordingly.
And listen, and ladies, if you're in a situation like that, don't be afraid to reassess and take a hard look at your situation. And if it's not working for you, if you know it's not reciprocal, you know this. You know this joker is not coming home and staying out nights at a time. Get out of that situation.
And you can do that smoothly. You ain't got to cuss nobody.
No. You can pack your stuff in a Ziploc bag or in a trash bag.
And if it's early enough, you only have to do that. This is a simple block.
Yeah.
And that's why we have to take it slow.
Yeah.
Take it slow, get the information, and don't be that girl.
And it have to be reciprocal, not transactional. All right?
Right.
And again, in closing, where a man spends his time
is where he wants to be.
And if it ain't with you, then you know the situation. You know what to do.
Lord have mercy.
So are we wrapping this up?
We're wrapping this up.
So we like to close every time. Remember to love again,
embrace growth, and journey on.
Thanks for another episode, guys.